As a woman with traditional family values, I put Austin on a pedestal. I made sure he knew he was seen, and that his efforts were appreciated. But I didn't know if he saw me. I had been feeling invisible for a while, a contradiction that wasn't lost on me, given that millions of people watched my every move online. At the first huge sold-out event we'd organized, for Thirst Project, I'd been pregnant. Staying out of the spotlight made sense. But at this second fundraiser,
We get
for the
into
painted
arguments,
turtle,
we get
I
into
wasn't pregnant.
little
I
fights here
felt
and there,
good,
but
strong, ready.
yeah, there's
I'd
times
poured
where
myself into this event. Too, I wanted to be part of it. We were dressed in red, looking our best. The roar of the fans inside the massive arena echoed through the walls, a pulse you could feel down to your feet. They were there to see the basketball players, sure, but more than that, they were there for us, for the Ace family. We meant something to them, a symbol of love, of family, of everything good and uplifting. I was excited to walk out with Austin, to greet our extended Ace family together. I felt the love radiating from the crowd, and I wanted to return it, to stand beside my husband and share the moment. And then came the locker room. A space of waiting, of anticipation. A moment that should have been small, but wasn't. I turned to Austin. Do you want me to walk out with you? Simple question, but beneath it, something deeper, a need to be chosen, to be wanted there, beside him, as his wife. To be part of it in a way that wasn't just background support, wasn't just behind the scenes, to be the Ace family, and more than an appearance. The moment was his, but it should have been ours. We were the Ace family. We'd built this together, thing I couldn't ignore. I'd told myself he'd carried most of the burden of our success, and so deserved most of the credit. But the truth was, I had been carrying it, too, right alongside him. Not just the making of our success, of which I was an essential component, but the pressure, the work, the relentlessness of it all. And lately, I was also carrying something else. The realization that I was making myself smaller. For some reason, I was letting him take the spotlight, and not standing in my own power as an equal partner of Tilto Ace family. I believed that was what love was, sterling ha check in background, supporting, and not asking for space beside. He shrugged and looked away. Only if you want to. Flat. Casual, not yes, not I want you there. Just a half-hearted comment, as if it didn't matter either way. But it did matter. It mattered to me. I thought, okay, if that's what he wants, I'm going to let him have his moment. I stayed back. I let him step out into the arena alone. The roar of 20,000 people filled the air, an explosion of sound, so loud it vibrated in my ribs. I watched from the shadows, how the light caught his face, his proud smile, and the effortless way he held the fans' attention as he waved up at them. I wanted to be there, standing beside him. When the event was over, I walked out into the arena and finally joined my husband, as people swarmed around us. Basketball players, photographers, videographers, security, influencers, and random individuals from the crowd. Austin's dad took the microphone to announce that the event had raised $100,000 to donate to the Painted Turtle, the nonprofit where he worked. Then Austin said a few last words to the audience as I stood next to him. After he was finished, he passed the mic to me dismissively. Babe, you want to say something? He was already turning away. As I spoke to the packed arena, he walked off, hovering only in the periphery until I was finished. After I'd thanked our Ace family supporters, telling them how much they meant to us. Then, our channel's theme song by Glenn Travis came on. The powerful song that helped us grow to unimaginable heights on YouTube. As Feel My Love played, I looked up at the Ace family supporters with their voices rising in unison.
Someone told me love was only.
If you know the words, sing to it.
The movies don't exist, they were like these days now. But you showed me if I only just find it, I need to believe anything is possible if you want it bad enough.
What? I can't hear y'all.
Ain't too high, test your limits. You can feel unstoppable, incredible, almost there. I can see, I'm so ready.
They weren't just watching, they were projecting, seeing their own dreams reflected in us, in what they believed we stood for. Familial love, loyalty, a forever bond between two people, with their children, as an extension of that love. If Austin had felt that, if he'd understood what the audience wanted, he would have wrapped his arms around me, kissed me, given them a moment, even if only for show, a gesture to say, "Gee, are still who you think we are." But instead, he waved to the fans as he turned away from me, more intoxicated by the roar of strangers than the Guyot, authentic love standing beside him. I watched him as his eyes kept looking everywhere but at me, and I knew he had drifted. Too far from the essence of why we resonated with people in the first place, too far from what had once been genuine between us. Yes, so much of YouTube had been for clicks, for views, for spectacle. But the love we built our family on, that had been real. And that's what they wanted, what they had always wanted. Not Austin waving to them alone. Not him standing apart like another famous influencer. But us. That's what I wanted too. My heart felt heavy as I watched my husband. But I did what I did best. I masked it. When the song finished, he made the rounds of schmoozing, with people who fed his ego, until it was time to go home. I didn't say anything to him that night. I should have. I should have grabbed his hand in the locker room and asked, "Why don't you want me beside you?" But I didn't. Instead, I filed it away, buried the pain. In that moment, though, I felt a subtle shift, the beginning of the end. And just a few months later, everything came crashing down for real. He'd already broken his vows. I found out Austin had been cheating on me. Not a suspicion, not a rumor. Proof. I realized then why he hadn't wanted to walk beside me, why it had been so easy for him not to. He'd already been gone from me, longer than I had known. A close family member of his admitted to me that he'd invited a girl to that very Staples Center event. The same night, I'd convinced myself I was being selfless for letting him have his moment. I'd seen her there, pretty, a hanger-on, standing just close enough to feel out of place, yet comfortable enough to belong. I had noticed her in the way you catch something that doesn't quite fit a puzzle piece, jammed into the wrong spot. I'd even wondered who invited her. Now I knew. It all made sense. The way he hadn't wanted me next to him, the shrug, the indifference, the way he treated me that night, as if I were a thorn in his side. The distance that had,